Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Ask an Introvert podcast. This is part of our mini series on friendships, where I invite my actual friends from online and in real life to interview on the podcast. Today with us, we have Reiko, my older sister, travel sister, and so much more than that in a friend. Reiko, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Reiko. So I'm a body freedom coach and I help people to heal with their emotional eating and to live more authentic in themselves, to love themselves more and just live out their inner child and inner self. So I just have helping to bring them out of their comfort zone and be more confident.
Reiko does amazing work, and we definitely have connected over our shared goal of helping other people in our life. But Reiko, would you like to share about how we first met?
When we first met in On Your Voice program, and it was 2020. Really can't remember the years
I think it was
anymore.
2021.
2021. I always keep having this mixed up. Around September 2021, and we are the first batch of On Your Voice program. And yeah, then I saw Jennifer. I was thinking, what country is she from? Then yeah, I found out that she's from Sacramento, California, and started to connect with each other because of how I sense that similarity and energy that we have and the deep conversation and support that we can have with each other. Yeah. So that is how we met.
Yeah,
And it's
so
great.
thank you, Reiko. Context for the audience: Own Your Voice is a program by our mutual friend Ray, where we got coached on our speaking skills and how we present ourselves in the world. And if you all could see me and Reiko at the start and see us now, it's pretty different. But in this cohort, it was me, the one American, and a bunch of Singaporeans. And Reiko and I further connected because we have the same goals, but also, like Reiko said, we have deeper conversations. But what's unique about our friendship is it started online and it grew online until we first met in person not even a year ago yet. It was in November 2022 that Reiko was in the US and I went over to meet her. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you have any hesitations before meeting me in real life?
We have connected a lot in Zoom. So we actually have know each other through online. But of course, when we first meet, I do not know how tall are you? What are you physically in real life? It's different from Zoom because Zoom is just a screen, a window, and just in front of my computer. So it's different. So of course I'm nervous for the first time. I do not know how to react. How do I respond to a physical real you in the beginning? And yeah, so it still takes a little bit time to get warm up to the real Jennifer if in person.
For me, I trust you, but I was still scared because I was going to a state and a city that I hadn't been in by myself. A California girl goes to Phoenix, Arizona, basically. And you were staying with your boyfriend, and the both of you are so kind to let me stay there as well. But I was like, man, I know I like Reiko, but what if I don't like her boyfriend, now fiance? So for me, it was like, okay, I'm gonna have zero expectations. Like, I know Reiko, I trust Reiko. It's gonna be exciting to see what you are in real life because I see the floating head on Zoom, I see your pictures. But like you said, I have no idea how tall you really are. I have no idea what it's like to actually hug you. And when we first met at the airport, we hugged for like a solid 30 seconds. Maybe a minute. I
Yeah, I
don't
was like,
know.
oh man, Jennifer is tall.
And you're
It's
tall
real tall
too. You're not a
in
tiny
real life. It's
Asian.
tall. Yeah, it's not just average tiny Asian. It's tall, same similar tall as me.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. But someone in Reiko's world would probably be someone that I would be okay with too. And so I got to make another friend out of going to see you. But I think, like, if I were to rewind back just, like, 3 years ago, Jennifer, and you tell me I'm gonna meet someone who lives across the country, who is gonna come here, and then I'm gonna fly to somewhere I've never been before and trust and stay with them, I think I would be pretty freaked out.
Mhm.
But I know before me, you have met other friends online too. What has it been like to meet them in person, and how did you build up the courage in order to do that?
At first, I started just looking for people who are in the same like health and fitness industry. So, like our common friend Clara, I also met her through online. So it's just like through a common friend, and we guys are in the same industry, and like we do not know each other, but we just like talk through like online Instagram first, have some conversation, and then we were like, let's meet up, let's just talk about stuff. For me, it's because I want to know more people like me and see what is their mindset around health and fitness industry, because back then I was still new. And so I want to like talk to more people to open up the connection to those people like Clara and like James. James is another nutrition friend that we had in common. Yeah, so it's this intention to build up people that have the same passion as me, and see how we go about from there. Yeah, so this is like my intention and how I see making new friend as an adult. Yeah, because I'm also an introvert. So, but making sure that like it's not just a random friend, but somebody that you have already kind of know and like research and what this person is all about, then slowly build up the courage to meet them in person.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense, and that's really commendable of you because I felt safer doing all this because I watched you do it too. Going back to what you said about being an introvert, to another introvert, what tips would you give them to make friends as an adult?
I have made many friends as an introvert. So uncannily, the friends that I've made right now, I think I am slightly more extroverted than them, but all my new friends are mostly introverts. So it's kind of for them is building trust first through conversation, like online, and maybe just texting or giving yourself some, when you first meet up with the person, go to a place that you are very comfortable with. So it's common that this introvert, like you guys, more interested in food. Like food is also like a comfort, like it's a comfort setting. So usually they will meet me or I will meet them through a nice cozy cafe or nice dinner, or we just hang out over food. I think that is the common theme for just making friends all over the world. Like food is something that can gather people, that can make everyone feel safe. So you find a nice cozy ambience of like restaurant that is not too loud. Like no DJ on the ground, having loud music where you can't talk. So really find chill places, very comfortable places where both of us can be comfortable with each other. And yeah, and just get a feel of like how the person is reacting to you. So my tips, yeah, just then making sure that you have some sort of like trust building over online conversation. Then after that, if you feel that, just use your intuition. If you feel that this person is like-minded as you, then choose a safe, comfortable, cozy ambience place for two of you to meet up.
I agree. Those are
That's
good
my tip.
tips. Yeah. So tip one, it's okay to connect online and start with text because that's more comfortable for you. When you meet in person, pick what's comfortable for you because everything else is so new. You can always find something that gives you a source of comfort. And I would say, yes, food is absolutely socially acceptable and easy for people to wrap their heads around. And it is a great
Mhm.
connector of its own. But definitely choose a place that you feel safe in so that you have that
Mhm.
safety to root back into. And that's how I would sum up your tips. I would like to point out that while getting together to grab food is socially acceptable, getting on a plane and meeting at the airport and getting shuttled off straight to someone's house is not a really common thing. But that's how we did that. And yeah, and to
Yeah,
say it
but
like that,
we have a very long connection already through online,
yeah,
right? That
definitely.
makes you like you build the trust there. The trust building blocks is already built. That's why you have the little bit of courage to know that you trust this person, you trust me to go on a
Yeah.
plane and meet in
Well,
a new place.
where I was going with that was that it's not commonly done or accepted, but maybe it's just not really talked about. And so I'm really glad that we get to bring that up as our example of how we built this relationship with each other online that made us feel comfortable enough to do that. Because after that, a month later, I also flew straight to Singapore where you picked me up and then I stayed with you and your family for 5 weeks. I got adopted by Reiko's mama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was nice. It's like having another sister in my own home.
Yeah.
And you got to have a sense of what being careful with by a elder sister is like.
Yes, because 'cause I'm the oldest of 3, and I tend to also make friends who are younger than me. And even when I make friends who are older than me, like, I'm the organized one, I'm the one who, like, plans stuff. But what I and I do that because it gives me a sense of security, and rarely do I let that go. But when I went to Malaysia with you and our other friend Ray, I just let Reiko do everything. But, like, one of the things that happened was I still wanted to help, but, like, I knew that I this was, like, a chance for me to grow in a different way, right? Because 1, I trusted Reiko, 2, I know that she's done it all before, and 3, that she would take care of us, but I still wanted to be helpful, so I would, like, sit around anxiously and, like, oh, like, her credit card didn't go through for something. I'm like, "Here, let me throw money at a problem." Like, I just wanted to feel helpful. And so that was an interesting side of myself for me to see. But earlier you mentioned a bit about what it's like to see me in real life and, like, all the things that you don't get to see online. Could you tell us more about that?
Surprisingly, I find out that Jennifer is more like outgoing, happy, very bubbly, and just laugh at tiny bits of like incidents randomly. And when I feel that it's not that funny, but I laugh at her laughter. So online, I find you is like a bit more strict and more down to earth, just very practical, I guess. But on the offline, in real person, it's a different side of you. So I was like, wow, Jennifer can be so bubbly. Jennifer can be so cheerful and like laugh randomly at little things.
I am
And
very
but
easily
yeah.
amused.
Yeah, so it's fun to see the side of you that is not able to see online because there's no opportunity, you know, for me to see them.
Yeah. For me, if I were to think about things that I didn't expect, I think it was really you show snippets of time with your Anthony with your Anthony. Yeah, he is your Anthony. But Anthony is Reiko's fiance, and to see your dynamic with him showed me another side of you that's like way more playful than you show online and way more playful than you show with your friends. And so that was really cool for me to see. Her secret is that she smiles in a way that she doesn't show anyone else around Anthony. So he's one lucky dude.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
true.
then yeah. And then I also got to see what you're like with your parents and your sister and your nephew and your niece. And I have to say, for some of my friends that I've known much longer, I probably haven't even met their family. So there's so many layers to a person and to a friendship that can exist. What would
Yeah.
you
So
no, what would you say makes a good friendship?
I feel that a good friendship, there's there's different levels of friendship. Good as in to to know different sides of you or different and still love you for no matter what you do. So a good level of friendship is able to have deep conversation and just have have I don't know, just have the same wavelength in things like deeper conversation. So it's like talking about relationship, then is how you can banter around the topics and also not feel criticized or have judgment around it. So you feel safe in that person talking about anything in the world and be yourself and knowing that you can safely express and she or he can feedback to you knowing that they want you they give you positive feedback for you to grow. But on the other hand, I think this is like two sides. You must make sure that two sides are open to a deeper conversation and open to taking critical feedback so that both of you are able to grow in a certain way, not just wanting to say to a person, say to a friend what you think they want to hear. Like, for example, a breakup, a friend going through a breakup, you want to say in a kind, direct way, but not just what you want to hear. Oh, you'll be all right, you'll find another fish in the sea. This kind of surface talk, but able to talk deeper and knowing that you are giving a critical feedback because you just want the person to get out of it and able to grow from it. Yeah. So that is a good friendship,
That's so
if you
good.
know what I mean.
Yeah, there's an openness and it doesn't have to be equal, but you're giving and taking, and you can both help each other become better versions of yourself. On the note of breakups, though, have you ever been through a friendship breakup?
Yes, I have multiple times. Some just faded away and I just let it go. There's no point in like retrieving the friendship anymore because it's just a different phases of our life. You may meet, like I may meet a friend in what we call secondary school, but maybe yours is high school. Yeah, so we meet at that point of life where we are still young, have different vision of life, different perspective of life, but somehow you just grow out of it. And it's okay to just let it go. So I have let go a few of my friends before. I didn't pursue it, I didn't talk about it, but because I wasn't that conscious back then. But so by reflecting back, I didn't think that there's a need to like retrieve it back because of the different wavelength I am now, different mindset that I have now. So like right now, I know what kind of friends that I want to have deeper relationship with or to find, because those relationships are actually very very difficult to find. But we always have to take the first step to also be open and meet new friends. But those new friends might not be the friends who are like-minded in the long term. So it's very rare that I can find friends like you who have the same wavelength that we can. I I feel that we can have a longer relationship in this friendship.
Well, thank you. I also feel that like this friendship is gonna grow with us, and you and I both have pretty big dreams. Your vision for your life is much clearer than mine right now, but we both have big dreams, and I see our friendship growing along with us. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So for me, I had friendship breakups where I actually made the decision that I'm not gonna be friends with these people anymore. And the 2 most recent I can think of, which aren't that recent, they're like 10 years ago now, but I think of it like how I made the decision back then was I didn't like who I was around them, so the decision to go through a friendship breakup is more to protect myself. I think maybe I would have approached those conversations a bit differently knowing what I know now. But I'm also really proud because watch a lot of people hang on to friendships just because they've been friends for so long. And I I don't think this friendship is going to end, but I feel like I'm really curious about how we would handle conflict or if we came to a season of life where we were faced with something like that. I don't know if I really want to poke at that or imagine it. Yeah.
I don't think we will have actually. It's very hard
Yeah.
for us to have conflict, I feel.
Yeah. I think it would be like something really silly, and then we would go off on our own and then introspect and then come back and apologize to each other. Hey, this is what I was really going through. Because we're two freaking self-aware coaches.
Yeah. I think we are too self-aware for that to happen, and because we know that we don't have to be be mindful of the little things that set us, you know,
Yeah.
upset us or something. We will just let it go very easily. That's why I feel.
Yeah. So for a mindset like that, like if I were someone who got upset easily, or if when my friend got upset, I started freaking out, what advice would you give to me?
If your friend, if you start freaking out because of a conflict,
Mm, okay, let me try to think of something more specific. So let's say my friend is acting out and they think it's all my fault, and I'm having like my drama in my own brain about it. What should I do?
for a start, I feel that it's necessary to have some pause, like for a day or two, or for a day, just depending on how difficult the conflict is and how mad or upset each other is. And I mean, it's still very difficult for me because I'm the one who likes to avoid conflict,
Oh,
and I'm still a work in progress. But if I'm saying this, I do not have a lot of practice on coming back from a conflict easily. But I guess for me, what I will do if I'm being blamed in a conflict, friendship conflict, is that I would text first, because I will text, but I will text how I feel. But eventually, the best is to have a meetup and just find a nice, comfortable place as well, a safe place again, to just share vulnerably and share what you feel in your head. Yep. So texting first or writing down on a notepad how you really feel about the situation and how you will approach it and have the conversation with your friend. So I feel that you can visualize how the conversation will go and have it in your head first, instead of like overthinking that it is your fault, or you have guilt about certain things. So yeah, write it down in a piece of paper and see and visualize how the conversation will go. Then you meet up with the person and share it. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing
Practice
that.
and share it, I think.
Yeah. I think the main thing I heard is like take your time to cool off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Take as much time as we need, because we just need to calm ourselves down and put our thoughts together
Yeah. So for
in a
those who
piece
are
of paper. Yeah.
listening in, if you're I'm thinking now of some friends who get really anxious when I don't reply to them right away. And if you're someone who gets anxious when you don't hear back from a friend because something has gone wrong or you're in the middle of a conflict, I would say you have to learn how to let that person cool off on their own. And you can't approach them or force them to process things sooner
Mm,
just because you want to stop feeling anxious or you're worried how things are going to turn out. Yeah, I think that's not exclusive to introverts. We can go either way. There are
mm-hmm,
times when I want things resolved right away, and there are times when I need
mm-hmm,
a lot of time to myself. And I think if you're friends in the first place, you have to trust each other and give the space when needed. Yeah.
mm, mm-hmm. That's a very good advice, because we do not know how much time a person needs to process things. But I guess if you are a very good friend, you will know the type of processing of emotion, how long it takes for your friend to process an emotion, or get back to you comfortably. Yeah, so you will know how much time to give a friend. But you still have to give a certain amount of time and patience for a person to fully process and get it back to you.
I agree. So another element of our friendship that we've touched a bit on is traveling together.
Hmm?
People I feel like people ask me a lot, like, how do you find the people you travel with? And I'm gonna toss the question to you. What do you think makes or how when well, let's start with this. First, are there people that you would not travel with?
Are there people? I will travel with most of my friends because they are my people.
Mm,
Let me have a second thought. Yeah, I would guess most of my friends I would travel with for my, yeah. Unless it's like acquaintances
mm,
that I just get to know briefly and happen to travel with. Yeah, but this kind of thing you have to try, because if you have never traveled with a person before, even in if you meet the person in real life, they behave a certain way, but in traveling, certain behavior will come out that you might not have seen before. So this is a very techy question or situation, because you will only know when you really, really travel with a person, then all the little nicks of the habits of a person might might or might not annoy you.
mm.
So it comes back to whether why does this person habits like trigger you or annoy you. So it's also a time to reflect. If you want to have awareness in all this, to reflect why this person annoys you, but you never know until you really travel with the person. That's what I
Mm,
feel.
yeah. I think when you travel with someone, you don't only learn a lot about them, but you learn a lot about yourself based on what bothers you, what
Mm.
was easy for you, what's hard for you. For me, I kind of get a sense of if I want to travel with someone or not, just starting in the planning process. I cannot travel with indecisive people. Like, I'm pretty easygoing. I don't have to see like all the landmarks or have this fancy checklist. Like, I'm just happy to experience a place for what it is. And if in the planning process you can't decide, oh, we're all gonna sleep on the same rooms, or in this lodging we won't be able to have separate beds based on the budget. And if we can't make those decisions, I don't think I could travel with someone, because when you're traveling, sometimes you just have to make decisions in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you get lost, or what do you want to eat? And it sounds simple, like when you're sitting at home and you're comfortable, but when you're put in those situations, if you're just stuck waiting around because we can't all agree on something, or because someone has to have it their way, or someone gets mad because you didn't know what they actually wanted. Maybe it's just my brain running wild, but I feel like if in the beginning you can't make clear decisions together, all of that stuff is going to happen during the trip.
Yeah.
So for me,
Mhm. Mhm.
that's what I look for, people who can decide together.
Yeah, that's definitely a clue or a red flag if when you are pre-planning your holidays, you can't even you feel that already feeling very annoyed or frustrated even on the pre-planning stage of the holiday. So I guess from that stage, you have to call it a no-go
Yes.
with that person.
Yeah. That's just
Mm-hmm.
from my experience. Yeah. What else do you want to
It's
talk
true.
about? We've already talked for
Mm,
like 40 minutes. Wow.
yeah.
Let's see. What would I want to ask my friends for fun? I didn't do this earlier with someone else, but let's see. So, as you can see, our conversations always get pretty deep, but we do have a lot of fun together too. But I guess a lot of our fun is just having deep conversations, or playing games like We're Not Really Strangers, or talking about what we want to do in our businesses and in our lives and in our future. That's the dynamic that I have with Reiko. And also, I am willing to let go of control when I am with Reiko.
It's just a natural, I think there's a natural, can I call it hierarchy that
Ah,
automatically fall in, I don't know what, but it's just like
yeah,
I'm able to step into my bigger sister mode and I
yeah,
like to take care of people. And
yeah.
you sense that and you try to accept that, oh, I can just let go and, let Rico take care of everything. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it just makes sense somehow.
but it's funny because you're not the oldest sister in your
I
family.
know. Same as like Ray, she's her older sister, but that one doesn't behave like the
Mm. I
older
will be
sister, but I'm the younger sister.
I will be interviewing
Yeah.
Ray as well, but you are all gonna get like her super professional MC, professional speaker vibes. I said professional twice. She's a double professional.
She is. She's really
Uh,
great at her age, yeah. But yeah, I just able to, feel that you are a little sister to me and I'm able to give out that vibe to take care of you. And you
yeah.
just accept that. That's great.
Yes, I did learn how to be a little sister. Thanks to Reiko.
Mm-hmm. Cook for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
Reiko's famous eggs. And so much more.
No,
One
I have
time,
famous bread too.
yeah, you do have famous bread now. I haven't tried that yet, but I'll get a homemade egg sandwich. Every ingredient from scratch, hopefully soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna rapid fire questions, and you're gonna pick like this or that. And it's just gonna be whatever I think of first. So I guess everyone will see how random I could be. But oh no, I can't say this because Ray will be mad. But my first thought was Jennifer or Ray.
My
Answer
God, that's
that.
a tricky one. No, no, no.
No, we won't go there.
Skip.
We won't go there. Skip.
Skip.
No comment.
No comments.
Okay, so between
Can answer that.
Between Anthony, your fiance, and Shiva the dog,
Oh my
who
God.
who would you rather cuddle?
Can I hope he doesn't see this, but of course it's Shiva.
I don't think he'll make it
Shiva
through
is
the
like,
whole.
yeah, Shiva is like my comfort dog, just my therapy dog. She's so cute. And she doesn't resist me. I can cuddle her and like, ooh. I can feel the innocent in her loving me back. But I'm sure Anthony also has a lot of innocence and loving me back. Yeah, but tricky question again. Skip.
Why can't I think of anything now? Donuts or bagels?
Donuts.
Ooh.
Bagel is a bit hard. I like maybe softer.
Oh, okay.
You have a side eye to me.
Well, I'm curious if you made your own bagels, if you would like them more.
Not yet.
Yeah. Why can't I think of anything else? I feel like I should have prepared for this. Dark
Come on, you can do
luggage?
it.
Dark luggage or colorful luggage?
Colorful.
Hmm. Short hair or long hair?
Depends. A
Okay,
long hair.
bangs or no bang?
Bangs.
I can't think of anything. Shoot. Oh, rice or bread if you could only eat one.
Rice.
Even if you can't
I'm
make bagels
Asian.
off of
Rice.
it.
Rice.
Good. Okay. Okay, is there anything you want to ask me?
Sushi or chicken rice?
Sushi.
Sushi or Vietnamese food?
Vietnamese food.
Ray or me?
No comment. My cheat answer, because I have real sisters, so I always say my sisters.
Yeah. Singapore or LA?
Singapore is better than that.
Singapore, you say?
Yeah, but LA is closer.
Yeah. All right. I think what
If it
else I
was
want to ask you?
okay, it was California or Singapore. It'd be California for sure.
Yeah, that's why I never asked.
I know you
I never
wanted me
said
to
California.
go strategically ask a question for me to pick Singapore, even though she's not
Mm-hmm.
gonna live there forever.
Yeah, but I'm still proud. I'm
Okay.
still proud of Singapore. Or being a Singaporean. I'm still
Yeah.
very proud.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the introvert community?
I would say no matter what, just try one thing at a time to step out of your comfort zone, expand. I like how Jennifer said just expand your comfort zone instead of stepping out. Just try a little bit, new thing at a time, get confident with it, expand how you see yourself as a person, and just grow from there, grow from there. And you will see that there is a lot of introverts like us in the world. I think it's more than 50% of a lot of people are introverts. And you have a lot to say. A lot of great leaders are also introverts. And I know you introverts are very talkative when you meet with a very safe person. So you don't have, you have a lot to say, not that you are quiet or shy. Yeah, just be you.
It's always easier said than done, though.
I'm
But yeah, to sum that up, I would say, how would I sum that up into a one-liner? I think I would say you can't find your safe people without being brave and feeling a little bit scared and getting a little bit dangerous. Yeah.
It sounds scary.
That was just a
Not
little nod to
dangerous.
it's it's not dangerous, just the some bad people in the world make some things feel more dangerous, but you know where you can stretch your comfort zone and you know where you can grow it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So for any introverts who want to make friends as an adult, would you recommend them joining my course?
For sure. Start with Jennifer, making a friend course if you have a hard time making friends. I know it's really hard. It's difficult for introverts to make friends. Join her course and let her guide you. She's full of wisdom. She's life coach. She know how to guide you because she has been through herself and experienced herself from introvert and making friends all over the world. So it's a it's a living testimony.
I couldn't have said that better myself. Rico, where can we find you online?
You can find me on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram, Coach Reiko Ang. And I'm also founding this wellness healing circle. So you can find me there as well. I have a lot of events coming up through my wellness healing circles. And if you want guidance in weight loss and also emotional healing, so I coach very holistically, not just asking you to restrict your diet or more workout and just crazy on all that. Is mindset, is building a better habits, and just building one small step at a time to build your confidence up and live a fuller life.
I will drop all of those in the show notes so that you can find that there. Rico,
Mhm.
thanks so much for your time. Yeah, let's stop recording so that we can just have our regular chat now. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.